Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Red Jenny. We are here to play the Dragon Age TTRPG, and we're very excited to have you joining us and to be back after a few weeks off. Welcome, everyone. Before we get started, jump right back into our game where we left off and to talk about what's going on the channel this week. Because boy, we've got a pretty loaded schedule. Our next stream after this one will be on Tuesday, tomorrow, because I've just lost track of time. Realized today's Monday because of the holiday. Tomorrow we will be continuing with the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet, which Van runs. I'll let him talk more about that. Playing D&D 5th edition at 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. And then we'll have streams on Wednesday for continuing story, Neon Souls Season 4. We're playing Scum and Villainy now because Star Wars 5th edition got a little too crunchy for us. And then back on Saturday for another Hearts of Stone, playing Blades in the Dark. My music changed. Why did I do that? No, keep repeating. But yeah, that's our full lineup. If you want to see everything that we do every week, you can see our full schedule below our faces. If you're watching us live on Twitch, if you're watching us over on YouTube, head over our Twitch page and give us a follow and see whatever we got going on right now, because who knows what that'll be. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to let my lovely players here. I see Van cackling about something, and I'm very nervous.
I'm laughing at chat.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Hi, G. Boy,
Hi, G.
have
Who
you
the
been
fuck
gone
is
for a
he?
while.
Oh, boy, yeah.
I just saw, woo, and then immediately after, who the fuck is Ziggy?
G,
Who the fuck is
Things
Ziggy?
went bad, G.
Oh, G.
Things went bad.
Oh,
It
gee.
just
Oh,
really,
no.
it really made me laugh. I'm sorry.
I
He's
don't
like-
know if at this point I should go back. I should even recap that, or if that's a spoiler for something that happened.
Oh.
If you want to go back and watch it, but yeah, Carter's not here.
He just walked into the room with the
Carter-
pizza and saw the house on fire right now.
Carter can't come to the phone right
phone
now.
right now. Yeah, Carter's not feeling too good.
He's on vacation.
Yeah.
Carter went to the mage farm upstate.
Let's go ahead. I'm going to let my lovely players here introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they're playing tonight, starting as always with Van.
Hi, everybody. I'm Van. You can find me on the internet. That really just, woo! Who the fuck is Ziggy? She really got me. You can find me on the internet at Van but Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internets. I stream here several times a week, including running Dungeons & Dragons now on Tuesday evenings with some of these lovely folks here. And I also stream over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly on Sunday nights playing Dungeons & Dragons. Or yesterday, being bad at Dead by Daylight. But today, I am playing Venehn, who is Elven marksman, and I didn't come up with a bit today because I'm tired. Because I
okay.
didn't sleep last night.
We can take a week off for the bit.
Okay, maybe I'll come up with one by the break.
Sounds like a plan. I think I'm next. Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid. I am here Mondays and Tuesdays and Saturdays. It's great. And then this Sunday, shout outs to Indoor Adventures, twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We're starting a little very short run, because we don't have everyone for very long. A very short run of Fight with Spirit, which is a wonderful sports anime little shindig that's made by Storyburst, which of course are the wonderful creators of my favorite TTRPG of all time, Good Society. Come check that out. That's 3 o'clock Eastern, I believe. So yeah, it should be fun. Tonight I am playing Yasmera. She is our Kunari shadow. Are we announcing
Oh yeah, you can talk about your new specializations. Everyone
ones?
leveled up last time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't say mine.
Oh yeah, say your things.
Venehn is now an Elven marksman ranger.
And yeah, Yaz is our Kunari shadow assassin. Should be fun.
So far, the titles got way cooler when we have put them together, so I'm excited
Yeah.
to see how everyone else's sound.
It's me. Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary best friend. On the internet, you can find me at WALE, just like the cute little Disney robot Dowali. You can also find me here every Monday and Tuesday, playing games with these wonderful people. You can find me over at Hack Recklessly for this couple of weeks every Thursday, playing some mystery business. Watch me mumble incoherently as a tiny little dog. Yeah, it's cute. I'm basically playing her as a cuddly dog. It's kind of like what I always strive to be ever since I was a wee lad. And yeah, that's where you can find me. But tonight I am playing Garas, the Grey Warden, Elven Duelist, Bard.
And that's me then. It's my turn. I do the thing now. Hi, Internet. Hi, Mom. It's me. It's the Cedar. I like playing these wonderful games with these wonderful people every Monday. This game is great. It's my favorite. Every other Wednesday, I'm part of that Neon Souls game. You should check it out. It's a blast. And if you want to get in contact with me, you can find me at Mr. Wilt, MR_WYLDT, or John.Ceta at Instagram, where you can check out pictures of lovely food that I've made. Man, I haven't done my intro in a while. I'm stumbling my way through this. But tonight, I will be playing one Zygmunt Ongrod for now until I get my third character, right, pal? Is that
Right.
thanks? Yeah. Chat is
just
evolving.
walks into rooms and his characters die.
We're all
so-
waiting on him.
We're waiting for it.
But no, Ziggy is a Dwarven Grey Warden Guardian Berserker.
Very nice. And I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing, running games. I already talked about all the games I run, so I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, tonight I'm be running this, and my title has not gotten any longer. Are y'all ready to get started?
Apparently, G also missed the fact that Garrus is a Grey Warden now.
Oh, geez, has it been that
man,
long,
that's
G?
right.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh no! I thought G assumed that Garrus had been the one to kill Carter. I completely misunderstood that in general.
Oh.
It's not
What
that wrong.
what episode did that go down on? It was
Fuck
in like
if
the
I know,
high
It was-
40s.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, G. I thought you were accusing Garrus of murder.
I
My
mean, look,
apologies.
It might have been, honestly.
It might have been.
I mean, he's done that too.
I've done worse.
They're not mutually exclusive.
All right, y'all. You ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. Previously on Red Jenny, we ended our poker tournament last time. You were in the middle of a Wicked Grace tournament at the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor, hosted by Marquis Valmont, in an attempt to win a fuck ton of silver, but also to undermine the plotting of the Marquis and his cohort. There were lots of familiar faces there, including the dwarven Karta friends, Doc and Galno being there to provide some assistance to you as well, having been invited there by the Marquis, as well as a bunch of other nobles, some of which you had not met before, and also the Lady Richelieu, the now former employer, now adversary of Venehn. The tournament concluded, and you discovered beneath the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor, in this old undercroft, forgotten area of the city, that there were some shady dealings going on down here, specifically involving red lyrium. Venehn discovered the red lyrium and potentially some experiments going on by the Marquis, reported back to the group, and y'all continued to snoop around. You sort of split up, making your way to go advise the Seekers of what was going on through your contact, Seeker Livia, as well as keeping an eye on the parlor to keep anyone from leaving, with potentially some illicit goings on as well. You also discovered that while you were snooping on these dealings, the Marquis capturing your friend the Duke, and having some sort of conversation with the other members he invited there, gave a demonstration of what they're doing with the Red Lyrium, bringing out a Grey Warden deserter, injecting him with some sort of concoction seemingly derived from red lyrium, transformed him into what he referred to as a red warden. And through while you were listening from the shadows, it seemed that he was planning on auctioning off these red wardens as essentially soldiers for hire. You, with all of this information in hand, locked down the brandy parlor, tailed some of the people leaving, including Lady Richelieu, and the two members of the Disciples of Silence that were there, Reyes and I forgot my own NPC's name, Doman. As they were leaving, or no, Doman did not leave. Sorry, I'm trying to get my Reyes left with Lady Richelieu, split up. Yasmera followed him. Yasmera tailed Reyes until he met up with Faye, and the two exchanged some cryptic information. Had a bit of a conversation before returning to their tavern, which Yasmera promptly set on fire. Meanwhile, Venehn followed Lady Richelieu back to her estate, snuck inside, confronting the madam in her office where he laid in wait, and interrogated Lady Richelieu, who admitted to keeping Venehn in the dark as to the fate of his clan after arriving in Val Royeaux, to which Venehn responded by promptly slitting her throat. With the Lady Richelieu dead, Garas and Ziggy, both in the undercroft of the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor, seeing this transformed Red Warden, decided to prioritize saving the Duke, along with Secret Olivia, I forgot she was there as well. Prioritize saving the Duke, though Garas did take the opportunity to take his revenge, jumping out of the canal, attacking the Marquis. There was a bit of a standoff, to which Doman decided this was not his business, and having his dealings concluded with the Marquis, he left, Ziggy allowing him to do so, and Garas took his revenge against the Marquis by stabbing him. Did you stab him in the chest? I don't remember. Yeah, I think you just stabbed him in the chest.
I stabbed him in the chest.
Yeah, that's right. Stabbing him in the chest with the dagger that you had been given by Garahel, not by Garahel, by Arlo.
And then when he woke up the next morning, he was in Vince Vaughn's body.
Yes, yeah. And we ended up in a Freaky Friday situation. But after that concluded, having stopped presumably the dealings of the Marquis and this cohort that he was creating here, you fled the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor, avoiding the guards as they rained arrows down upon you, retreating out into the city streets. You had with Seeker Olivia calling the guard and the Seekers to aid in whatever was happening down in the Undercroft. You all reconvened, seeing the fire in the distance caused by Yasmera. However, all was not well as you returned back to the Red Jenny. A familiar face revealing herself, Talus, Yasmera's mother, to warn you, as you found that your stores underneath the Red Jenny, your secret sort of thieves hideaway, had been pilfered, and you found only a Tevinter dagger sticking out of your desk, Yasmera, where all of the business dealings and the finances, the secret finances of the Red Jenny have been stolen. Talus warned you that the guard were on their way and you would need to flee. And you did so as a large battalion almost of or legion guards descended upon the Red Jenny. And with no home currently, everything you could fit into your cart, you fled Valreo, and that is where we pick up here today. We're not quite where we pick up, as we are going to jump forward in time. No promises, G.
I love it. We all put that was just a domino of the same fucking thing. That was incredible.
So we are jumping forward in time 2 years from the events of that night, the loss of the winery, and we're gonna see kind of what happened, and we're gonna do a bit of like group collaboration storytelling here, as your holdings were seized, and in the aftermath of this event, the body of Lady Richelieu found, the body of the Marquis found. There's rumors around the city of strange occult dealings that the Marquis might have been involved in, rumors of some sort of dangerous substance that the Chantry and specifically the Templars confiscated from the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor, which was since closed after that. The Marquis' holdings passing along to his cousin, along with the holdings of Lady Richelieu, with Lambert now finding himself extremely rich in a very short period of time. However, you in the aftermath of what happened, the guard searched the city, warrants put out for all of your arrest within that time. I would say the only person who's probably not included in that would be Ziggy, as did not have explicit ties to the Red Jenny, whereas definitely Yasmera as the business facing kind of person for everything, I think was under her name for the Red Jenny. Venehn already had a warrant.
Yeah, I was already wanted.
And with Lady Richelieu's statement given to the guard and to the magistrates of her connection or her last statement, putting the connection of you with the Red Jenny, sort of just having to is taken as fact as her last statements. And there's no way for her to be refuted at this point. And Garas, obviously with your ties to the business as well, maybe less of a professional dealing, but just that you're somebody who's there. I mean, everyone who's living within the Red Jenny, you, Reggie, Arlo, even his sort of days of being a public a bard are pretty much over. Obviously that was not his real identity anyway, but that is very well done at this point. And pretty much anyone else is burned at that point.
What about our basic employees, like our vineyard workers and
I'll say the ones that you had, your employees that were not involved in the criminal aspect of your job probably did not. The ones that had no knowledge of what was happening fled, or the ones that had knowledge that were working with you, your fences and the other people, fled with you or scattered. Still context that you might have, they had enough warning to leave. Anyone who was just an employee was probably questioned by the guard for a while, eventually found to have no connections. There was not enough information not enough to hold them. They were kept under watch by the guard for a significant period of time in case any of you would
but no mistreating or shitty ransoming kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean nothing to that level, no. Okay. Like I said, they're
all gonna get a little present of a bonus left at their doors, basically.
the good thing with like the information that Faye was able to steal from you mostly connected anyone that was receiving payments from your illicit activities. So your fences, your informants, like those people were burned by that. But luckily, anyone who was working for you was paid above board, wasn't included on those ledgers. So yeah, not enough for them to suffer any legal consequences from that. But yeah, obviously, if y'all wanted to in this time period send them some money to compensate them for their trouble, that's fine. You could have definitely done that and made sure they were set up with a good life.
That's probably a clause in all their contracts, right? Like
Yeah,
if shit
when we are
blows up,
inevitably
It's part of your
discovered.
insurance.
Unspoken clause,
Yeah.
at least, you know.
we will pay you.
It'll be
But
compensation no matter what.
within those 2 years, eventually, months after, things start to die down. Obviously, you're still wanted, but it is less of like a manhunt and more of just your faces are still posted at, on some bounty boards throughout the city, and your aliases, some of your aliases are burned. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. And so my first question to the group is, what do you do to rebuild? Like, where do you go in the first few months after this event? Like, how do you where do you find yourselves kind of reclaiming your footing?
I have an idea, but I think there are probably better ones. I
wanna hear it
just
anyway.
wanna-
Blue sky, throw it out.
The old tavern with no name. It had some secret passages that even led all the way back to Carter's old quarters. It's not much room and it sucks, but it's definitely a place we could hide for a while, until we decide on something better.
I think that's a great spot for the first, couple months to get back on our feet for sure.
So
I
staying
have-
within the city, lying low,
Yeah.
hiding out there. Yeah.
I have some ideas for end game stuff of where we are once we can spend all this goddamn money that we just got.
I think it's
But,
fine to go ahead and pitch those, because that's something you could have accomplished within these 2 years. If you want to talk, we don't necessarily need to plot out the exact progression of how you got to where you are at the end of these 2 years. But because I'm totally fine with saying that it's a combination of a couple different places, just in case you're found out by the guards. There's probably a lot of diversifying and spreading out a bit. Maybe all of you go to stay in separate locations just so you're not seen together, and that reduces the likelihood of anyone recognizing you. So that could be a part of it too. But yeah, I do want to know because we're gonna play around with time here. We can decide right now where you end up, and then we can backtrack for any scenes we want to do leading up to that point. So what's your idea?
This is gonna sound really awful coming out, but I think Yas wants to start a school.
A school, okay.
Something for the betterment of, the folks that can't necessarily afford to send their kids, to university here in Orlais.
Mhm.
But also offers employment opportunities as well.
So you're talking
I want to be Fagin. I want to be Fagin. I want to have a horde of little urchins running around the city.
So we're talking like an elementary school kind of school, not
I
like
think
a
up through
university.
the opportunity to sort of pick up the underserved, if you will, within Orlais to and then maybe scholarship some of our brightest students to the university and that sort of thing.
What if I could piggyback on that idea a little bit, with just a suggestion, because I don't think this is necessarily better, but it could be interesting. It might be a little safer. What if we were basing it out of the alienage, the elven alienage? Generally, a lot of depending on what city, I don't really know how Valrayo treats it, but they usually don't go there.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
Mhm.
The elves keep to themselves, and unless the city guard have to go in there, they're not gonna.
But it's also
I love
well
that.
established that it's not just elves that live there too. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and so like, you know, with these businesses, the enterprises y'all are doing, again, with your connections as, you know, criminals and the funds that you have, like the school doesn't necessarily have to be like where you stay. Like you could do that and have that as a front for something else, but like where you live could be separate from where you work too. But if y'all are thinking you want if you want that school to be in the alienage, that does provide like the people there a service that they don't usually have access to. So that's I love that idea. So do y'all think that your kind of like quarters, like where you are living, is like a humble living situation within the alienage somewhere?
Could we work some of that Undercroft of the city angle?
Yeah.
Like maybe quarter off a a section of old tunnels and sewers, clean them up, kind of turn it into an underground complex.
Yeah, I think you could definitely do that. I mean, you have some experience with that now. You ousted the the crows from their haunt beneath the city as well. So
That's true. We do have a lot of those old places that they used, and we know about them.
Yeah. But there are also other locations. You know, Valrio is an ancient city. There's lots of places where things have been built on top of things. Like so, there's I'm totally fine with that. There's some sort of, you know, subterranean section that y'all have like cleaned up and turned into like your official like base of operations for like your crew.
How big was that part of town that Yasmera burnt down?
Not so the wait, what was the date again? I was gonna say the fire of 1852 or whatever it was. Like the fire that happened there probably spread to a couple of surrounding buildings, but it wasn't like a devastating like didn't wipe out an entire like district of the city.
Okay.
I would
never
also
mind
maybe like to send some money to whoever owned that building.
Yeah. That's fair too.
I had another thought, like speaking of like diversifying what we're doing. The school one feels like that sort of community need thing that Friends of Red Jenny are kind of about. I do also like the idea of having some sort of more front-facing business, but now, as we know, having ourselves as the face of those front-facing businesses kind of can bite us in the ass.
I could be a smith.
That, and this is also really petty, which is straight up Yaz's alley. Can we maybe buy the place where we had the card game, the really nice?
Oh, the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor.
Since it got shut down anyway. I mean, probably not right away, but like maybe that's the goal of like.
I do think that's a fun
diversifying
idea.
our holdings. Like,
Yeah, you know what? I'll say you could have. Yeah, I'd say that is very much like an end game place of like y'all were like within those 2 years, like y'all.
but we don't run it. Like, if anything, I like the idea of like.
Here's the thing, actually. Lambert owns it.
Oh, okay.
Because the Marquis owned it, and as he had no next of kin, his holdings went to his cousin.
that is why
Lambert.
I asked.
As did the Lady Richelieu's. So Lambert owns the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor. Again,
do you want to
there's
convince your boyfriend to sell it to us for a pittance?
Say it sounds like we're about to get a good price.
Well, it's also something, again, if y'all don't want to be like keeping things as that they're not directly tied to you, he could still own it and y'all could operate from it.
I also
could
like
convince him.
grabbing a a scrappy teen right from the beginning, from the alienage, and then teaching them upright and having them run the place for us.
You can't have Kevin. He's too far gone.
No, I'm going to demand that Kevin McAllister is the one that owns this.
No, we
Yeah.
should definitely
One out of
have
three
Kevin.
people that
kid,
enter that building
has the eyes
die.
of a killer. He has the
We're going to
eyes
say
of a killer.
Kevin was like 17 when, so it'd be like about 19 right now.
I feel
you
like
wanna
you
give
started
this-
out much younger.
No, we're going to age him up. I'm retconning it. He's a little older
He's being
now.
a recast.
Yeah. It's a CW show. He's being played by a 35-year-old.
Yep, makes
It's
sense.
just
makes
called
sense.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Played by Cole Sprouse.
With way too many apostrophes.
So yeah, I mean, you could definitely I'm not going to have us do like checks or anything for it, because I think this is all like this all honors the fiction that we've established. So the yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that. I mean, because in the months after, like, all the legalese of like the of the holdings being transferred over to Lambert, like all of the, and then the investigations and the Templars clearing out all the lyrium and stuff, and trying to figure out what to do with all this. It's probably a good like 8 months or so, close to a year, before like it's even in a place where Lambert could do anything with it. And so if Venehn kind of approached Lambert about using it and setting it back up so that y'all could operate out of the basement level, this undercroft connected to it, that works. I'd say the biggest downside of it, and maybe there's some renovations that need to go into changing the secret entrance of it now, because it is very well known that there is a secret location underneath the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor, but that's not outside of your skill set to do something like that.
Dope.
So is that what you want to do instead of the Alienate? Is that like the end, like where we end up? Again, you can still start the school and do all that kind of stuff and be recruiting people from there to work out of this location.
They're literally not gonna look for us at the one place where we haven't been known to kill people.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
How
I
are
do really
they gonna
want to
find
like
us?
keep the school going. Like I love the community outreach part of these.
No, that's lovely. We're keeping
deadly
that.
criminals.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love that. That's something that you could easily do both of. So does everybody like that idea?
Yes.
Is it gonna stay called the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor?
Absolutely.
Oh no, that's
not.
extra pettiness. Don't change the name.
No, we have to change the name. We have to change the name.
Crimson Jennifer?
It's the Blue Justin now. No.
Oh, we call the Blue Justin. That's extra petty. That's being extra petty. Call it the Cobalt Joshua.
We'll think on it.
I bet we could think of a good one.
Yeah.
I think we should put a plaque up on the wall memorializing the Marquis.
Yes. And Garas made sure to say, make sure you misspell their name.
Just by one letter.
We
though.
should call it the Gutted Pig.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so on board for this.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
the
got
pettiest
like
thing I've ever heard.
and it's got like just a comically cartoonish like the pig is happy. Like the pig is like holding the butcher knife itself, like ah.
He's stabbing himself with a big old smile on his face.
And maybe because the Marquis, did he have like a monocle or something? I know he had some funky facial. I haven't looked at his picture in a while. But what if we gave the pig just like facial hair that's
hair?
like a bit of a nod to the way the
Yeah, he had
Marquis
just a
actually
big
looks?
swirly mustache.
Like, what's he
Yeah.
gonna do? He's dead.
He's dead.
Exactly.
Yeah, you give the pig a big swirly
what's
mustache.
gonna
Yeah.
happen? His family's gonna
A
come
monocle.
after us.
Who?
His
Lambert?
family gave us the property.
I'm fucking his family.
Man, that's some Kendrick Lamar level bars right there. Like,
Yep.
like I'm fucking your family.
I love that. Okay, so you take over the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor. Lambert renames it to the Gutted Pig. You staff it with graduates from Yasmera's School for Misfits. And you operate. Y'all don't actually run the business. You just operate out of the basement and use the services of it. Again, a lot of where this is located. I mean, the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor was like one of the biggest establishments here in the city. Obviously, it doesn't its opening probably is a little bit shaky at the beginning, just because of its history. But a lot of nobles and stuff come through here. So having those contacts with the staff to overhear conversations and dealings of the nobles that eat and drink and find their lips loosened here probably gives you a lot of good business. So I absolutely love that. Cool. So before we move into like individual stuff, is there anything else over the course of these 2 years that y'all think you would have done? Specifically, like, are there any loose ends again with like not on an individual level, but like if there are any jobs that you think your crew would have done during this time, or if there's anything else like of note that y'all did as a group?
Well, I don't know if this bleeds over into like the individual thing or not, but I know Garas was going to do a thing and Ziggy's involved in that too. Do you want to describe that, Garas?
I think
What was your idea?
we could do that for the individual parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But oh crap, I just lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me.
Okay. Anyone else have any ideas while Wally's trying to remember?
It was a fleeting thought.
Jobs for the group. Jobs for the group. I mean, do we want to look at other little side hustles for the group? Like, Sita, you were talking about maybe getting your new buddy, the dwarven smith, who did our stuff for the party real quick. Rorik, yeah.
Yeah, we could use that as another front.
Yeah, we could. We really could, yeah.
Yeah, I like
Ziggy's
ingratiating
side hustle.
myself with him, and
Yeah, and again,
because
Ziggy,
even if we
you're
don't
not-
have our own smithy, if I warm up to him enough, I'm sure he'll let me use his.
Yeah, I mean, if you're planning on staying in the city and looking for work while you're also, in the meantime, like in between doing like Grey Warden tasks, then that's something that you could definitely do. You've got the training to be a smithy. You could easily go work at Rorik's shop. So that,
I think that's a good way for Ziggy to keep his nose clean too, just in case we need somebody with
Yeah.
a.
and again, as
more
Ziggy
of a-
being like the one person among you is not like wanted right now, that Ziggy has the freedom to have a job, so I'm cool with that. Yeah.
I have to go stop cats from killing each other really quick, but also just to throw this out here for discussion. Do we want to do any jobs to warm ourselves back up to the Carta since
Actually,
we
I
may
have that covered. I have that covered.
Okay. Okay. So if there's no other like group stuff you can think of, and again, I'm just throwing it out there just in case there's anything you'd think of. The other thing I wanted to do during this time before we start getting into scenes was anything you spend your money on during that time. I know the bookkeeper stepped away, so y'all just spend as much as you want to right now before she gets back. But if there's anything you want to spend your money on during this time, specifically, we talked about, I think at the end of last session with Ziggy's runecraft potentially aiding in that. If there's anything you want to, gear up with.
Did
before
we
get
talk
started.
about the math on that at all yet?
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, so I have my my calculations that I made up for how much each of the masterwork, like what things cost.
Yeah, I think we have that pinned in the Discord.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is say, with Ziggy being able to craft, like to do the actual like equipment making, because the one thing that you can't do is actually like make the runes. That's something like, or like those are things you buy. You'd have to have like commission for you from a mage, somebody who's actually able to like imbue the runes, but you're able to inscribe them to create the armor that fits them. So for there's two costs that go into rune crafting. The way that I've devised it is the actual like creating of the armor and putting in the slots to be able to have it inscribed with runes, and then the costs of the actual runes themselves. So for the actual inscribing and creating the gear, I'm going to say you can do that for half the cost that it would normally be. So the real question is, I know some of you have like, you know, good equipment already, things that are probably good to like carry you into the end game. But is there anything that anyone finds that they're lacking in and wants to have commissioned during this time?
I'm good, actually.
Yeah, and I recap for Sid. So what we're talking about right now is anything y'all want to spend your money on during this time. Specifically like crafting stuff. We agreed that what I just talked about is that Ziggy can craft things. It'll take half the cost to actually make the equipment. Runes that you buy are still at full price.
So for group funds, we have a little under 96,000 silver.
Yeah, y'all have a lot of money.
And we are high level. I know I've been pushing this thing, but I really think we should get some master level runes.
Yeah, you could definitely afford those. So for those at home, I think I do have a pin in the chat. For those at home, the rune cost is a novice is 500 silver, a journeyman is 1,500, a master is 5,000. That's just for the rune. So for each masterwork rune that you get, it's gonna be $5,000 for it. For the equipment, because you have to have the slots to be able to put the runes in on. We start with like the weapon or armor base price, and it's a multiplier depending on how many runes slots you want to have it at. So 1 is 5 times the price, 2 is 25 times, 3 is 100 times, 5 is 1,000 times the cost. So if there's anything that y'all are interested in, like Venehn just got a really sick bow. I don't know if Venehn needs a new bow at this point, or maybe wants.
I did have a question about it. But
yeah. What's up?
Can it be fitted with a rune?
So I gave you the
longbow fidelity.
Let me check here because I was checking to see whether it had, because I put there are runes on it, right? Or were there not?
No.
Okay,
It has a magical nature.
I couldn't remember if I put runes on it or not. If I did not, let's see. The item itself didn't say. So you would have to have it outfitted with rune slots.
Okay.
If you wanted to add runes to it.
I just think we should maybe make sure we've got some silverite runes on hand again.
My swords already have silverite.
Because my old bow had one, but this one doesn't.
Current crossbow is silverite.
Yeah.
I would just need to add some runes to it.
Yeah, my great sword is silverite in it.
My weapon is actually pretty basic. I could stand to upgrade my weapon. My shield is the only thing that's like super badass.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I could
let's start.
use some new leather, I think.
I think I could definitely use to buff up my armor a bit.
So you want to go with? We'll start with Ziggy's weapon. So what weapon do you have, or what do you want?
I'm gonna stick with the good old warhammer or light hammer or whatever it's called, the one-handed hammer.
Okay, that's in the bludgeons group. Is it the maul?
No, oh, it might be. Let me actually pull up the page.
So in the bludgeons group, there's mace, maul, and two-handed maul. Is it a D6 base? A D6 plus 3?
D6 plus 3. Yeah, that's the one. Is that the
So
maul?
it's a maul. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that is base price of 14 silver. To put, let me get up my calculator. Because we're about to do some math. So 14 silver. If you wanted, so like for instance, if you wanted 3 rune slots on it, that would normally be 1400. You could do it for 700.
Let me look at these for just a second. Let's see. I think silverite for sure.
Also, if you wanted attack bonuses and things on it too, that's different multiplier as well. So like if that's another thing to talk about too. If you wanted like
right. What's the cost on that? It's
So,
times 2. Okay.
Yeah, times 2 for a +1, times 5 for a +2, times 10 for a +3.
There's also runes of striking, I think, which is probably more expensive. It might be.
Yeah, probably more expensive to get the rune. And again, attack and damage are separate. So you get the attack bonus, and then you have to pay additional for the damage bonus.
Undead devastation runes. You get +1 bonus to the storm. Mighty blow, lethal blow, mighty blow. Slowness. Turn as a spare magic becomes slow. Nah. Silverite. Elements.
And basically what we're gonna do is take the total cost and then divide it in half, just so when y'all are doing the math based on the sheet that I have there, my calculations there.
I think I'm gonna go for 2 rune slots.
Okay, so that's 14 times 25. All right. Any attack or damage bonuses?
What's my total so far?
So that's 350
350.
without before the discount.
Um,
And again, y'all have 96,000 to burn right now. So
I'm gonna say +3 to hit now. I might if that starts to get too expensive, I might drop that back down. I don't think I need a bonus to damage.
so that'd be 3,500.
And then the equipment, like the actual material, if I remember right, doesn't do a whole lot for weapons.
I'll bring up the. So
here.
For weapons, it reduces the minimum strength, and it increase a higher level materials give you bonuses to your talents.
I don't.
So
need any of
Viridium
that.
and Silverite give you a talent bonus.
Nope, I don't need either of those.
And Silverite gives you a focus benefit too. So like Silverite would give you an additional +1.
That wouldn't stack because I've already got a superior focus with bludgeoning, so that wouldn't stack, would it?
Oh no, yeah, you only get
Yeah.
the focus benefit once. Yeah.
Nah, then I don't need a special material.
Okay, so that's 3,500, and then divided by 2 would be 1,750.
1750.
And then it's just a matter of which runes you want to buy.
Yeah, I gotta pull that page back up. Should be smart and bookmark these. I definitely want the Master Silverite.
Okay. So that'd be additional 5,000. So that's 6,550. Or 6,750.
I think I'm gonna go with the Master Rune of Striking and just make sure dude always hit.
Okay. So that's another 5,000. Okay. So for the total for that weapon, for 2 rune slots, plus 3 attack bonus, and then the 2 runes is 11,750 for the weapon.
Gravy. Cool.
I will take that out of party funds.
Let's stick that on my character.
750.
All right. Shopping episode continue. Who's next?
I know what I want to do, so I'll go.
Yeah,
Right.
go for it.
So I want to give my my leather coat some masterwork defensive runes.
Okay, so we'll start with the leather coat. You have the, what is it, the light leather duster?
Yeah.
It's the one that has the armor rating of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a base price of 15. All right. And so you're wanting how many rune slots on it?
I want to put a masterwork level rune on
Well,
it.
how many so how many runes are you planning on putting
I
on
want
it?
to
Again, you could even put more rune slots and add runes later, but
I'll add
you 1, 2, 3, or 5.
I'm gonna add 3 rune slots.
So that's times 100. So that's 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
And then the obviously no attack or damage bonuses there. Actually, did
I think the attack armor bonus one says.
Yeah, so you can do an armor bonus on it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So I want to add I have 3 runes on it.
Do you want to, well, so for just the equipment itself, do you want to have for the masterwork level, do you want to have a +1, 2, or 3 base armor bonus?
Give me a plus 3. Yeah.
So +3 would put,
I think it's 1,500 right now.
so it's 1,500. That would put it to 15,000.
Yeah. Is that good? Is that 2 over?
That's before the so it would be 15,000 divided by 2. So it'd be if you're not planning on doing a better material, which I think the only benefit for that would be an armor.
I already have the
penalty.
Drake skin though, so
Ye-
that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that just removes the armor penalty, so that doesn't really
Yeah.
change anything anyway. So, so that puts you at 1,500, then divided by 2, or 15,000 divided by 2 is 7,500 right now.
okay.
And so you have, do we do 2 rune slots or 3? We did 3.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 rune slots. Which runes were you thinking?
I was gonna give myself the armor bonus.
Okay. The armor bonus. So rune of protection.
Yeah.
So if you're doing the masterwork,
Mhm.
that's additional 5,000. So it's 12,500 right now.
Okay.
500.
Is that the only rune you want to put on it right
Yeah, that's the
now?
only one I want. Yeah.
Okay.
I bring back. I'm at the 10, baby.
1,500 out of party funds.
So it's right now, basically that puts it at +3 and then plus additional. So that puts it at +6 armor bonus. And I think the base armor is 3 for that.
Plus 9, yeah.
So +9.
Yeah.
Or a 9 armor bonus, yeah.
Dope.
That's pretty good. All right. Who's next?
I will be perfectly honest, I have not looked at any equipment because I've been figuring out my poison shit.
Okay.
Because I took the final master level in poison lore, so
Mine
I
should be fairly simple.
go for it.
So I want to put a rune of silverite on the bow.
On the bow. Okay. So what we're gonna do for that is just adding. How many rune slots do you want to add to the bow?
I guess I could do more than one and add more runes later if I want to.
Yeah. Because it's a long bow, right? So
Yes, it's a long bow.
for bows, longbows 15 base price. And then we're looking at how many runes you want to add either at, so 1 is times 5, 2 is times 25, 3 is times 100, 5 is times 1,000, and then divided by 2 for Ziggy.
Let's just do the 1 for right now.
Okay. So that's 75 silver pieces. Divided by 2 is 37.5. We'll just round that down to 37. And then you're just going to buy 1 masterwork.
For the bow, yeah.
All right.
I think I'm gonna put 1 in my armor too.
Okay, so that's 5,037 for that.
That's such a funny number for some reason.
It's a funny number. Yeah.
5,037 pieces.
And then for your armor, what kind of armor do you have?
I have a special one that you gave me a long time ago.
Right.
It's light armor, but it's the felon's coat.
I think it's a light leather duster.
It sounds right.
Oh no, it's heavy leather drakeskin. Okay. So
I don't know what that means, but yeah. Sounds cool.
So heavy leather. Oh, interesting. So heavy leather isn't actually a thing on this. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so the heavy leather drakeskin is 30 silver pieces base. And you're right. I think the drakeskin negates the penalty. Yeah, it negates the -1 penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many runes are you wanting to add to that?
I think just 1 again. I'm gonna put a rune of defense on it.
Okay, so that's 75, and then you're wanting a masterwork rune of
Mhm.
defense. All right, so that is again you get the weird 5,075 silver pieces.
What's the total looking like on that?
What was the
I'm
other one?
sorry.
5,037.
5,037.
5,037 equals 10,112.
Got it.
That'll do it.
All right. I think Yasmera is the only one that left.
Yeah, spend 70,000 silver.
Well, we do have, so we are only down to 62,515. And then Yaz does still have a personal pot of 9,000 silver pieces. So I think Yaz is probably going to start, at least take a lot of that out of her personal pot, because it seems only fair. Okay. I'm currently looking at, we made up that reloading rune, which you were kind enough to do as part of my, like, we did it as a level up thing on top of purchasing the rune. So my silverite crossbow can reload as a minor action, and it's the silverite. And then I have a journeyman's rune of protection on some heavy leather already.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd like to do I'd like to add a rune of defense to the leather.
Okay. Does it have... How many rune slots did you have on the leather?
I do not recall. I'll be
Okay.
perfectly
We'll just
honest.
assume it had the one.
Yeah,
Did you, because you
probably.
already had the rune of defense or the rune of protection?
I
on
already
it?
have the rune of protection on
Okay.
there, yeah.
So increasing it to 2 runes. I would click back and forth on this a lot. Armor. You had the which leather armor did you have?
Heavy leather.
Heavy leather. Okay. So that's 30, and you're wanting to put 2 runes on it, so that's times 25. All right, so 750. If you're not adding anything else to that, then that brings it to 375.
Okay.
And then plus the
Okay.
the masterwork rune would be additional 5,000.
Okay.
So that brings you to 5,375 for that.
Okay. And the masterwork means it's at the master level, or
For the rune?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
It's at the
cool.
master level. So I think it's a +3 to your
To
defense. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So that was a total of
5,375.
okay. Sweet. Math. Okay. Party funds. And then so we're gonna do the rune of defense +3. And then I would like to add to my crossbow.
Okay. Which is there just the one kind of crossbow in this game? Bows. Yeah, just regular crossbow. Okay.
Yeah.
So adding to the crossbow.
I would like to add a rune of devastation,
Okay.
which allows me to get bonuses when I generate stem points.
Got it. So you have 1 rune on that currently?
Yes, just the silverite.
Okay. So we're adding...
Well, no, technically 2, because
Oh,
we
you have 2.
kind of
So
did
you're-
that reloading the
Got
special
it.
one that we made.
So be bumping it to 3 runes.
Yes.
So times 100. So brings that to 2,000. Divided by 2 is 1,000. Plus the masterwork level that we're in, I'm assuming.
Yes, please.
All right, so that's 6,000 even.
6,000 even. She'll take that out of personal funds.
Sid, what strength of rune is your silverite rune?
It was Journeyman? What was
It
it?
was, I believe, Journeyman. Let me double check. Yeah, Journeyman. So it's just a +3 against Darkspawn.
Yeah, ain't bad. The unfortunate thing about runes too is they get destroyed if you take them out. So
Yeah,
there's no
so you
like
can't-
upgrading them. You have to you
Yeah.
take them out, lose them, and have to replace them.
Exactly. Yeah. But some of you have, so I know Wally's got one with additional slots left. Venehn, did you also end up with additional slots on yours that you didn't? Or no, you did. You just added the one. Okay. And then, so everybody's all slotted out. Everybody's done their stuff. Is there anything else anybody wants?
How do I fix my defense?
Okay. If something changes and there's something on one, obviously you can buy. I just wanted to knock out the bulk of our shopping here so we don't do a bunch on the back end. So, awesome.
I have
Oh,
to spend
there is-
money on poison stuff. Go ahead, though.
All right.
There's a little modification that I wanted to make to the shield, and there's no like rules for it. I just wanted to toss the idea at you and see what you thought of it. Since I have a tower shield, it's so massive. Can I have like a holster for my crossbow on the inside of the shield? Not like be able to fire through, but just like I could, like I could be holding the shield, reach down, and be able to pull my crossbow out.
Yeah, I mean, it would still mechanically be a minor action to
Okay.
equip it, but yeah, I mean that would be I'm fine. If you're looking for something that mechanically makes it easier, then that's something we could talk about. Is like how that would work and what that would cost. If you're wanting
Mostly
something-
going for the flavor. I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
flavor wise, yeah, totally go for it. It's a fucked up shield. You could have a fucking big shield. You could have a TV back there if you wanted to.
Yes. Ziggy, stop getting distracted. I know you're binge watching Bridgerton, but get with it, okay?
Okay, and then you wanted poison stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have the full master level. I'll do more reading offline about finding new recipes and how much that costs and things. But for right now, I do know one master level poison
Okay.
from memory.
Got it. So for that, what we'll do since it's downtime
Mm-hmm.
is I'll just chart instead of having to actually do the rolls to craft it.
Mm-hmm.
We can just say you can just buy some right now.
Woohoo!
I think is the best way to do it. Within reason. I know you have a lot of money. I'm not going to let you buy like 1,000 doses of a poison.
Maybe
But
like 5.
that's totally reasonable. If you start buying too many, then I'm gonna do like heat rolls and be like, all right, somebody's buying out all the poison in Valria. What's going on? So which is the
And
master?
I can do grenades now too.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn.
Which master poison do you have?
I kind of wanted to present that to the group as well. There are some thoughts. We know of one already, as the formidable Venehn has already survived one.
That is right.
But let me pull it up. Poison descriptions. There's concentrated Mage's Bane, which Mage's Bane already no save. It hits you. The regular Mage's Bane, which I do have now, just no test. It just removes 2d6 mana from a mage.
Yes.
Concentrated Mage's Bane does 4d6.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're looking at Marrow Lock, which locks all of a victim's limbs in place after a test.
And how many poisons can you have right now?
I have to pick a master level poison.
Okay.
So I have 2 novices, I have a journeyman, and I have 1 master level poison. I can buy some others and also get some recipes, but that might be more of a process. But I get a freebie right now.
I think, like, story-wise, just because Yasmera is petty, like that Mage Bane poison, I can see her doing just to screw over Homeboy.
Well, I've got the regular one already.
Okay.
I could get the real high-powered one. Marrow Lock sounds terrible.
It does.
On a success from the test, they take a d6 of penetrating damage and can keep going. If they fail, they suffer 2 d6 penetrating damage and can do nothing on each of their turns but howl in agony.
I mean,
They're both really good.
they're both really good.
I think
there's
the second
also,
one sounds really dope, though.
and then of course Quiet Death, as we know, and then Wyvern Venom.
Okay.
Wyvern Venom slows prey and kills them gradually.
I mean, they're all really good.
Yeah.
The Marrow one sounds really good too, though. I really like the Marrow one, me personally.
there's some crazy ass shit called Aquae lucidus.
Where's
Making a
that? I
batch
didn't
of
see that on the
this.
list.
It's on the next. It's on page 95. Making a batch of Aquae lucidus requires one dose of wyvern venom per 10 servings.
Where's
Plus additional brewing supplies. Oh, I don't have brewing. I might have to take that.
A serving of poison is extremely funny to me.
Right. Well, and it also causes some like even more heavy duty sort of hallucination effects, kind of like the death root.
Okay, so Aquae lucidus is a liquor.
Oh, okay. Got it. Never mind.
Yeah. It's basically it's a drug.
Oh, got it. Nah, we're good.
Yeah, that's
Although
a
maybe
drug
we could
that's
sell
made
that out
for
of the
use-
bar.
Yeah, it's a drug made using wyvern venom.
Dope. Oh yeah, but character poison with wyvern venom makes a constitution test. Poison characters drop to 0 health after a number of hours, equal to 1d6 plus their con. Thoughts? I feel like I've got the stuff that, like, speaking mechanically at least, at this point I have the hallucination one, which just wastes their turn, which is lovely. I have one that just adds extra damage, also lovely. I've got the Mage Bane one, which drains mana, lovely. And then the master level one.
I love the Marrowlock one. I really like that one. Just
Yeah.
they just cannot move.
Penetrating damage, and
Yeah.
they just
Yeah, that's really good.
they just
yeah.
writhe on the ground howling.
Yeah.
I
We
think we'll go with
love
that one,
wasting enemy turns.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, because like that has been kind of clutch for us in a lot of these fights of just doing things to stop them from doing stuff.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna go with Marrowlock then.
Okay. So the cost of the ingredients for Marrowlock are 150 silver pieces a piece.
Okay. I will also take that out of personal funds. I'm gonna do 5 doses of that. So 150 times 5, about 750. Cool.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that. Look at that. I forgot the poison making mishaps can just lead to you dying.
Yes, they
Uh,
absolutely can.
You can just die. We could just do
just
it.
Have we learned nothing?
Sorry.
Look, everything has consequences.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it. I won't make you roll for the. I was like, oh, do I have you roll? But yeah, it's just dying from making poisons during the interlude does sound like a nightmare. So we've been there once. All right, let's leave it at that. Any other shopping anyone wants to do before we take our break? No. Alright.
Can I buy some more Mage's Bane as well?
Oh yeah.
Or make more Mage's Bane, that is.
Yes, it's 80 silver a piece.
80 silver. Okay, I'm gonna do 5 of those as well.
Okay. All right. Well, we will leave it at that for now then. So we're gonna go and take our break. Thanks for everyone hanging out with our shopping beginning here. I wanted to just get that done with. And we're gonna come back and start doing some scenes. What happened in the downtime. So we will be back here in a few minutes. Recommend you take a break as well. Go stretch, eat a snack, drink some water, whatever you need to do. We'll be back here real soon. Until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. So we're gonna jump back in as we move through time. The crew of the Red Jenny. You have 2 years to work with your characters and what they got up to during this time and all sorts of good stuff. I do have some scenes for your characters, but I want to open up to y'all and things you want to do in your own initiative first, because maybe those things will tie in and we'll see kind of what happens there. So I just kind of want to go like round robin and see who's got something they want to do. Garas, Garas, you said you want to do something. I know Venehn talked to me. Van talked to me during the break, and we're definitely gonna do that one.
Venehn
too.
did talk to you during the break.
Venehn did talk to me during the break.
Wow, you got to talk to Venehn? I'm so
celebrity.
jealous.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that one we have that one queued up.
He lives here. Crazy.
Yeah.
He's been down in the basement this whole time.
Motherfucker doesn't pay rent. So
Oh, you didn't know he was there.
No matter what universe, Venehn never pays rent.
yeah. So we've got. Let's see. Let
Lives
me
people
get a
into
stock of
landlord.
things first. So I know Venehn has something. I know Van, you have something you want to do there. Garas, you have a scene with. Is this the one with Ziggy you want to do?
I
or
mean,
you have this one
it could actually just tie in the same with Ziggy at the same time.
okay.
Yeah.
Ziggy, do you have anything individually you want to do too?
Maybe depending on how the convo with Garas goes, I might have one with a Kant, maybe.
Okay. And then Yasmera, do you have anything?
I may also need to talk to a Kant, but at the very least, she has a project she'd like to do over the next few years.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Mom?
Oh yeah, that is a good.
She showed up and disappeared again.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that scene. All right, we'll see how many we can crank through. Let's do the one with, since it came up first. Let's do the one with Garas, and then we'll do Venehn's after. So yeah. Garas, what'd you have?
So, over the 2-year time skip, Garas decided to focus on keeping the criminal organization ties still strong, the ones that we still have. So he's been working with the Dwarven Carta. Specifically has been setting up an underground fighting ring.
Okay.
That pretty much anyone, no matter where you're from, if you come here, you get to fight. And if you win, there's like a pot that people put in at the beginning of the night, and people show up. They last it all the way to the end. They get the pot. It's basically just like that, and the Carta get a cut of the proceeds.
Okay.
And
And I would love to have Ziggy and a Kant as like the 2 old crippled trainers.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the
Squeezing
2 old guys
shoulders
from
and
the
the-
Muppets sitting up in the balcony, just
well,
like talking shit on everybody.
During the matches, yeah.
And Statler and Waldorf.
Yes, Statler
Yeah.
Waldorf.
I do like the idea of both of you going like full Rocky with like your own like fighters and stuff, and setting them to fight each other in the ring, and keeping
Also,
score.
in return, Garas has set up that because they're now doing this business, in return, Garas is getting a lot of protection from them for his dad.
Interesting. Okay.
So basically, it has gotten to the point where I think there's like these two guys that are always stationed by the house. Like it started out where they have these 2 guys that are just always outside by the house, like a couple of blocks away, just always watching it. And then there was one day when Garrus's dad just pointed this and like, look, if you're gonna be spending your time keeping an eye on me, you might as well come inside for some food. And they actually developed a good like friendship between the 3 of them.
So you just basically he's got just some like live-in bodyguards and stuff at this point, because I do like the idea that this is probably graduated to a point where essentially the Carta are using your old house as like the base of operations.
Oh yeah, and I think Garrus's dad is tickled by it.
Yeah.
You know, he is absolutely tickled by it because
He gets to relive the old days.
Exactly.
It's
He gets to relive the
great.
old days. He finally gets to be part of a life that he missed, and he loves it. And I think like because of that, there was one day, and Garas officially writes it down as the greatest day that has ever happened, where his dad said, "Hey, Garas, I'm real proud of you," and that was the greatest moment of Garrus's life.
Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, because I was thinking about it too. We don't necessarily have to like play it. There's like your dad's reaction in the aftermath of finding out what happened to the Marquis, and that you took your revenge and everything, but also seeing like, you know, the toll that is now taken on you and your lifestyle and now being wanted and everything. Was probably really worried about that. Probably chewed you out for a bit about like,
Totally.
you know, what did I tell you about revenge and all that kind of stuff. And but it's seeing how you are like thriving now, and you know that you've made something of it, is definitely, I love that. And I mean, headcanon for that in your description of it, I think is better than, you know, what anything I could do at this point. But like, I do think, yeah, there's probably a moment where, you know, all of the like Carter dwarves are like, you know, they're playing cards or something in one of the side rooms. Probably like the full like austerity of the mansion has probably devolved into a little more of like communal living situation. So it's not as much of the like, you know, the old like finery and stuff that he used to live in, but more of like that that comfortable of like the comfort of having, you know, extra tables set up in the main like hall where you know, there was previously only like a couple of sitting areas because there's just more space there for everyone to like gather and drink and eat and everything. And he probably makes, you know, everybody contributes for groceries, obviously.
Totally.
And you know,
Yeah.
they have their chore wheel that they do, but yeah, I'm just
This
imagining that.
elderly elven man just bossing all these dwarves around like they're his
Yeah.
12-year-old
Think
sons that have to do
Judi
chores.
Dench. Think of Judi Dench in the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
That's
Do you mean Helen Mirren?
Helen
I
Mirren.
think you mean
yes.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, Helen Mirren.
Was like,
Wow,
I think
fake
that was
fan, ladies and gentlemen. A fake, an FFF, if you will.
Listen, I wasn't going to call you out on it. Also, I didn't remember if it was Dame Judi Dench or
It is Dame Helen Mirren.
yeah, Dame Helen
Yes.
Carter. Yeah. But no, I think that fully lines up. Is there like, did you want to do something with? So I know you said mention a Khan and Ziggy. Is there a scene that you want to have
Yeah,
with Ziggy?
I would like to
during
do a
this?
scene with Ziggy.
Okay.
Is at the fighting ring. I think it's one of the nights where it's a fight night kind of night, and Garas, it's rare that he ever takes part in it, because he knows if he does take part in it, if he does win, that will he will be put on people's radar. So for his best effort, he does not get involved with the fights. But he does act as like an MC for the whole thing, you know, calling out the fighters, you know, rousing up the crowd and everything. So I think it's like between the matches right now, Garas is like looking over the fight cards and talking with the other members of the staff. Like, look, I understand that the guy has a terrible record, but you should at least batted him down before you brought him into the fight. He had the dagger. We tell you that people, if they can sneak a weapon in, they can use it. And he had a dagger. I don't know where he had it hidden, but it's your fault for not remembering that. And now your boy has one missing finger. You can file a complaint later on with someone else, but you know these are the risks you take in this kind of business now. Schools.
That's when Grumbling walks off with his fighter. It's just like,
Boy, didn't think it would get so bloody tonight.
Shouldn't have signed the waiver.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ziggy, what do we have next for the next group of fighters that you need to train up?
Clarify that for Sita. What do we have next? Like, who's coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make me come up with a name on the
Yeah, I'm gonna
fly.
make you
Fuck,
come up
this
with
is
a
where I come up with like
Yes, I am.
the second time there's somebody named Kevin in this campaign. Let's go
Kevin
with
McAllister is fighting in the ring.
Oh God.
well, there was the dwarf Kevin.
They don't
too.
let him in the ring.
There
He
was-
cheats.
Let's go with a scrappy elven kid named oh, could it maybe be the elf that Yaz wants to train up to be the front of the
Oh, you please,
gutted hog.
please could it.
Um
Yeah. That's I'm down with that. And I need to find a name. Hold on. Let's
Just pass
call
the name
him.
off to someone else. There we go. Good job, Zeta.
Let's call him Garen. Garon.
Garrett.
That won't get confusing at all.
That's just Garas and Venehn put together.
Yeah, this is your love child.
Oh, boy.
No, we go with how about Arthon?
Arthon?
Yeah.
Okay. It's that young pipsqueak Arthon, the one that Yas has had her eyes on.
Oh, that.
That came out wrong. Sorry.
I said what I said.
Oh, interesting. I didn't think they felt confident and ready to get involved with this. All right, hey, yeah, I'll just make sure to let them know that we don't hold back down here.
Hey, kid grew up in the alienage. She knows how to scrap.
All right. Put them through the ringer and get them ready. One more thing, Zig.
Hmm.
I've been meaning to ask you, how you been doing?
Why don't we go play some chess? I'll grab a cont after the match. We'll talk there. Park?
Oh. Right, yes. Chess. Let's go play chess, yeah.
Yeah, you'll blend in with the old man.
You see
With
a
the
little
old man.
footnote above that Garas has no idea how to play chess.
I like to think too that your dad, Ziggy, and a Kant all meet up in the park on the regular basis to be
Yes,
old men in the
club.
park
Old
playing
man
chess.
club. Yes, old man club. Totally
I
old
love
man
that.
club.
So y'all are like in the I imagine like a bunch of chess tables set up like the edge of the river, like in this like little park area away from the summer bazaar. There are a couple like trees here, a little like fenced in patch of grass with a little patio with all of these tables set out where
Perfect.
the old men come and the old people come and play chess and yeah, a couple of them like as you know it's like in the evening and stuff and you and a Kant and oh fuck, I just forgot your dad's name again. I always forget his name. It's wait, what was his name?
Did I give my dad a name?
You did.
Yeah, I just always think of him as the silver
t-
fox.
Yeah, we talked about it last time because we also forgot his name last time. And Garrus's dad. I'll find the name later.
There you go.
And you know, the giving leg
We just
nods.
call him
like,
Pops.
Yeah, and Pops. Go up and you know, people like waving at you and saying hey and like being regulars here.
Cool. So yeah, I think I want to post up with Garrus and Akant can play against Pops for now. So and Ziggy doesn't ask at all if you know how to play, by the way. So
Okay.
we're just gonna roll into it. He's gonna make his first move. And he says, "You asked me how I've been doing. I don't know, Garrus. Half the time I feel like I'm a patch sewn onto the side of this place. You all. You and Venehn and Yasmera, you're all so close. And I don't know. Venehn in particular, I just don't think he trusts me.
Garas just makes the same exact move as Ziggy, but mirrored.
It's Veril, by the way. I found his name.
Okay. Well, I mean, you have to understand the circumstances and everything that happened when you got here. But I think Venehn trusts you. I know he trusts you. But I will be honest, it does take a time to win Venehn over trust-wise.
Got any tips?
Well, just be honest. You know, he really appreciates people who are honest. Because a lot of people in his life really did lie to him a lot. And yeah, sometimes the truth can hurt sometimes, but you know, Venehn's a tough son of a bitch, so hey.
He sure is. Yeah, you're right. I've been doing solo jobs for a long time. And even when me and we weren't called the Disciples of Silence back then, but when we were running around, it was a lot of covert operations. Opening up can be difficult too. He pulls out a leather not a messenger bag, but like a scroll pouch. What are those called? You know what I mean? Like a leather
Saddlebag?
tube
Scroll case.
thing. Scroll case.
Scroll
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Pulls that out of from behind him. Pulls out a large scroll and a rolled piece of paper, and he says, "The night that we ran, everybody was in such a hurry. I don't know. I was just looking for something useful, but I found these." And he starts unrolling all of Carter's drawings, starting with the parade.
Garas looks at these one after another. He wipes a tear as he has a little bit of a smile on his face.
Do you think
Thank
it'd
you
help?
It's a start. But really, it's just come from a place of sincerity. Because I know that definitely about you. Everything you do, you say it with your whole chest.
So do you, Garas.
Yeah, I know that, I know. I really don't know any other way. I mean, I either lie with my whole chest or say the honest truth with my whole chest. Either way, it's my whole chest, and I have full confidence in that. He makes his pecs bounce a couple of times.
You're in check.
What does that mean?
Yeah, in check. That means I'm going to take your king next round. You have no idea how to play this game, do you?
I have no idea how to play this game.
Okay. Well, if you want to learn, I could teach you.
It would be good. I would like that a lot, Ziggy, because you know I had certain parental figures who decided not to teach me fun games like this and fun childhood memories.
your dad from the table over and says, "I just figured it'd be smart enough to pick it up on your own."
Well, your dad says chess is not fun because chess is not fun. Everybody who tells you it's fun is lying.
I think at that comment too, Ziggy is going to say across to the other table, speaking of bad fathers, Akant, have you talked to your fucking daughter yet?
Oh shit.
He drops the chess piece he was picking up, and
it's been 2 months. I know she's mad at you. Are you afraid of her? I mean,
yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah.
No, that's fair.
What do you say in that situation? I'm sorry your mom tried to murder you and I disappeared for 10 years.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good place to start.
Yeah, it would be a good place to start. I'm certain after Garas says that, his dad slaps him upside the head.
Yeah, just whack.
I think Ziggy chuckles at that, and he says, "She bottles it all up, man. And you're her father. You're the person that she's been missing her whole life. She doesn't talk about it often, but you know she was looking for you. And now she's found you. And you're a useless, wheelchair-ridden asshole who won't talk to her. Harsh love, Akon.
Really don't mince words, do you?
Full chest.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm probably making it more complicated than it needs to be. She seems pretty dead set on finding her mom right now, and I don't know.
Well, first off, don't get me wrong. I know that I'm also being a useless asshole at the moment. Takes one to know one, I guess. But I don't think she's an adult now, I can't. Yeah. She doesn't need your permission for things. That period passed. I'm not saying that you should try to stop her or try to help her. But an adult or not, she could use some love.
Yeah. No, you're right. No one ever really, I was taught a lot of things. The Ben Hasra. Being a dad wasn't really one of them. Not saying that's an excuse, just...
No one can teach you how to be a parent. You do it. You learn it by doing it. And hey, man. I'm not sorry I said it. I'm not sorry I hurt your feelings. But I want you to know I said it because I care about you.
You're an asshole, but I appreciate it.
Good shit. Garas, you want to reset? No, the ones that look like castles go on the outside.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, there we go. Oh, look, it's a little horse.
Yeah, why not do it here? Ziggy, can you make me a willpower self-discipline check?
Great. Oh boy.
Who's
You
casting
turn
blood
into
magic?
a fucking demon.
Who's casting blood
I
magic?
swear to God, I will pull you
I-
out of the fade and kill you myself.
Dude, you just blow
I've
up.
become very scared of anytime he says willpower. Where is my character sheet? There it is.
Wonder why?
Mhm.
Maybe it's because we didn't just look with our eyes around the room. I
Well,
don't see how
then-
that's Val's fault.
No.
And
No.
rarely will I defend them when they're in the GM seat.
Hey man, I have the magic eyes. I wanted to use the magic eyes. Well, I hope it don't
Look with your
explode because I
magic
only
eyes.
I got a 13.
That commercial would be very different.
Yes.
13 passes for now. As you're playing and as the water, you hear people moving up and down the canals and it's conversation trailing on. There's just a whisper of a discordant melody in the back of your mind. Carries on for a few minutes before fading away.
I think Ziggy doesn't say anything, but he does appear much more distracted after that, and I think he actually loses to Garas in that, like, second or third game or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did I actually win?
Yeah. Hey, You're a fast learner, Garas.
I mean, I wouldn't say all of that, but oh shit, this is great. I want another match. Let's go.
Actually, I need to loosen the brace on my leg. It's getting a little tight, and I think I'm going to take my 2 out of 3 wins before you make yourself a better player than me in one night.
Oh, all right. You go take care of yourself. Don't forget to check in later on with everyone else, okay? Remember what I said.
Yeah, of course. Hey, why don't you hang out with your dad for a little while?
Yeah,
I'll give a
pawn
con
them
to
off
wheel
on
them.
me.
Oh, come on. Somebody's got to empty your colostomy bag. Let's go.
All right, let's see what you can do.
He sits down, lines up the chest piece, moves one piece, and probably already gets into check.
Yeah, like two move check. Ziggy leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for the two of you? All right. Yeah. What do I want to do first? Yeah, I guess.
Can you
Venehn.
play a character that's not self-sacrificing to the nth degree, Sita? Is that like a thing you are capable of, or
No.
Challenge accepted.
Bet.
I'm gonna make a self-centered asshole.
Bet.
I have played TTRPGs with this man for almost 20 years. No.
Called out.
this is a call out?
I'm thinking about all the characters I've played in games with you, Sid, and
Uh-huh.
I think they have all sacrificed themselves at some point.
Uh-huh.
Listen,
Every single fucking one of them.
once you do it once, it's really hard to stop.
It really
Uh,
is.
Yeah, I'm still chasing that dragon. Yeah,
I think again, you have people in different extremes. You have like the RJ style of character, which is like self-centered to a point of self-sacrificing, not for any benefit, just
Yeah.
to
Just
see
for
what
the-
happens.
For the shit
just for
Just for the
chaos.
lulz.
Yeah, just for the
Uh,
lulz.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the difference is, do you want to traumatize yourself, or do you want to laugh while you traumatize the people around you?
Yeah.
And you're one, and RJ's the other, and chat, you get to decide who's who.
Yeah. Let's do Venen's scene. So Venenn, what are you up to?
After the first few months, once we're established somewhere, right, like living somewhere, I guess once I've convinced Lambert to let us have what are we naming it again? The stuck
The gutted
pig,
pig.
the gutted pig.
The stuck pig is pretty good too.
Stuck
I don't know. Which do we
I
want
think
to
that's a
finalize
barbecue
it?
restaurant.
I think that sounds like a barbecue place.
All right, the gutted pig.
Yeah.
I like the gutted hog, maybe. Do we
The
like
gutted
That's
hog.
what that's what Sita said before. It was the gutted hog, and I actually did like that too. So
Gutted hog.
I like the
Gutted
word
hog sounds-
hog.
And it sounds classy.
Fun to
too.
say.
all right, I'll change them in my notes. All right,
And also, I can make thick jokes about it. So
Uh,
everyone wins.
everyone
Yes.
wins.
After we're established, and Venehn kind of heads up that conversation with Lambert, which I guess we don't have to play out. I'm assuming he's gonna give me whatever I want.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
they've been together a long time at this
maybe
point.
you've been together for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, well, and they
that's-
were together previously too.
Yeah,
So,
I assume things going well there. Like
I was imagining so.
yeah.
I think Venehn does like having at least one relationship that's separate from.
Yeah.
Everything
Well,
else.
and Lambert has been having to spend is basically in Valrio full time.
Yes.
Now, like,
which is good for
I
me.
think has had to essentially give up his position, has retired from military service at this point because he has now an estate and
Because his full-time job
holdings.
is now money. So
Yeah, his
Yeah.
full-time job is money now, so has to take care of all the holdings and stuff that he's been and is putting in a lot of work to that over the past 2 years, just again with all the legal stuff for the first like 8 8 months to a year, and then now having to figure out what he's doing with all this shit.
Venon's
So,
just trying to figure out how he can clear his bounty so he can become a full-time housewife.
yeah. But yeah, so what is Venom?
Vennon does some traveling.
Mhm.
If I can direct your attention to the map. So in the southern part of Orlais, or south of Orlais, go through the Exalted Plains, through the Dales, and down right at the edge of the Arbor Wilds are the Emerald Graves. So Ven has been traveling through the Dales down to the Emerald Graves to see, I think, a place that was talked about quite a bit in his childhood that he always, like as a kid, wanted to see. It is called, it's not a temple now. It's probably like just a ruin at this point. But it's a tomb. It's called Dinan Hamim, and it's the final resting place of the Emerald Knights, who were like the last bastion of protection for the Dalish people while they were still like an independent people before the Exalted, that Exalted march that finally blasted them apart. So it's called the Emerald Graves because Emerald Knights die there, go there when they die. And yeah, he's gone for. I think Vennon says he's gonna be gone for a few weeks, probably, like just travel. Doesn't really say where he's going. Just says he's traveling south, and probably says he's gonna go through the Dales and everything, and then comes back like 6 months later. I think he's gone for quite a while, going through his hippie phase. But also traveling down and seeing like kind of what's left of the old Elven, like if anything is left of the old Elven civilizations, and I think is really going through it right now. And also is out like ranging and stuff. He comes back with like a braid, long hair, a little bit more muscular than before, a little less lithe, a little more meat on the bones. But yeah, spends quite a while out and about doing elf things.
Yeah. Actually, I have a scene that I think ties in with this. So you've been traveling for a couple of months through the Dales. Do you think you're seeking out other Dalish, or is it more like if you stumble across other clans, like you might speak with them? Or
I don't think like setting out. I think he wants to be by himself. Like I don't think he is like actively seeking out other people, but I think like as he travels, that probably starts to change a bit. Like not necessarily that he is like, tracking down other clans, but I think at least that like he knows they're out here, and so if he comes across them, we'll like,
yeah,
we'll talk to them and we'll say, what's up, cousins?
Yeah. I think the Dalish are pretty scattered with their clans, like through the Dales, and then even heading into the northern areas of the continent. I think most, as this is their land, most of the Dalish do occupy homes, settlements within the Dales. But if you're not seeking them out, then it's probably weeks, months of travel before you actually come across any signs of other Dalish clans. And you can see like the remnants with your expertise. I imagine a lot of this has been in like relearning things more than new skills
Yes.
for Venehn, because this was Venen's home for, or nearish to Venen's home.
Yeah,
like
I think it's more of a like return to roots. I think it's
Mhm.
very much like it's a good example. Let's do Witcher. You know when Geralt goes back to Kaer Morhen?
Mhm.
And there's all of
Yeah.
those scenes of them like, falling back into like the old habits and the old training grounds and stuff like that. I think it's a lot. I think it has that energy. It's very
Yeah.
much like we've been separate. I'm 100 years old. We've been separate. I haven't seen you in 50 years, but like, we wear the pendant, right? We have the tattoos, right? It's, it all starts to come back.
Yeah. So I think traveling through staying north of the Arbor Wilds, moving through the Emerald Graves, seeing the remnants of the lost elven civilizations, these columns and segments of wall that still stand, old, even some remnants of old temples that have been grown over by vegetation and wildlife, some of which appear to have been cleared away, as is the Dalish tradition, to try to preserve these artifacts or these landmarks. And you see the signs of that as you're moving through here. And one evening, as you're going to rest, you're making camp. You've started a small fire, maybe cooking whatever you hunted that day, or prepping it. You hear the snapping of some twigs out in the forest. Just your ears picking up. Probably something most people wouldn't notice. But you hear the signs of people moving through the vegetation. And kind of coming into the light of your fire near the edges of this encampment this camp that you've made at the base of these, or kind of nearby to some of these ruins, is a small group of about 4 Dalish, 4 elves that kind of move into the light, wearing their kind of greens and blending in with the vegetation. And one of them kind of steps forward and says, "Evening. Sorry to disturb you. Sorry to camp."
Evening.
Mind if we join you?
Please.
One of them, that one steps forward and says, "I'm Davel. Which clan do you belong to?"
None. Currently. Not for a long time.
They kind of step forward and give you kind of like a sad nod of acknowledgement, and then kind of pushing through the group, one of them was hanging towards the back, pulls down their cloak and says, and you hear them say, "Venehn?" And you see a woman, kind of long blonde hair. It's braided, a bit frayed near the edges, and kind of probably takes you a moment to recognize her. This is Shayra, another young member of your clan, before you left.
It takes a minute for it to register, I think. You're alive.
Do you remember me? You're alive.
I think Venehn just goes and hugs her.
She takes you in for an embrace, muttering a few words in Elvish, of kind of like almost like a prayer, like a mantra, as you embrace, and then she kind of pulls back, and she again looks you over and says, "What? How are you here?"
I walked, mostly.
It's so good to see you. She
grew
turns
into
to the
your
others.
teeth.
She smiles and she looks at the others. She says, Venehn and I were both of Clan Alerion. Do you mind? And she looks to the others and kind of like excusingly for like a private conversation. They give a nod and kind of move towards the fire. She kind of pulls you off.
Help yourself.
And she says, why aren't you in Valrail?
Wait, why aren't I? How do you know I
Yes.
was in Val Royale?
It's a long story. Come. And she like gestures to some like fallen logs to sit on as she turns towards you and she says, do you know anything of what happened to our clan?
I mean, I
Did
know
any
what.
word reach you?
No.
I knew you were in Valrail because the keeper knew. We sent some out to find you. You never returned. There was rumor of I don't want to assume, but some believed that you were working with for a noblewoman there, and from what word we did receive, it appears that she had her guards attack some members of some of the scouts we sent out to find you, and we had assumed that you were no longer with us.
No, I'm very much still here. Somehow.
Why did she, explain to me what happened.
After everything, I was by myself. I looked for you, for anybody who survived. It's just a crater in the middle of the forest. So I wandered. I made my way to human civilization. And I made a life for myself. I was 19, a bowman with a mangled arm. So I survived. 20 years or so later, here I am. So yeah, the rumors are true, but it doesn't matter. Now she's dead anyway.
Good.
I'm sorry about your people. I didn't know.
Our people. I know. There were many who held out hope that it was not your doing. You had not turned against us.
No, never.
We would have kept searching, but Keeper Caroline, eventually gave up the search for fear of losing any more.
It's the right thing to do.
Well, if the gods blessed your survival, then perhaps our clan is not so cursed as I would have thought.
No, we're cursed. Dreadfully, horribly cursed. Because out of everyone, you and I are the ones that lived.
There are more. I hope, at least. suppose I should tell you what happened. After that night, after the fire, many of us scattered. I was with a few others. I'd managed to avoid the destruction. Assumed everyone else was dead. Eventually, Keeper Caroline found us. He was trying to find any of the survivors to rebuild our clan. And any other of Valerion that might have made it that night. And we found many more than initially thought. We made a new home. And as I said, sought other survivors, you among them. And things were good for a few years.
And then
And then the Darkspawn attacked. There was a raid on our settlement. And we lost more. Keeper Caroline included. Died attempting to defend us as we fled.
of course he did. Stupid old man.
And we had no first to replace the Keeper. We were leaderless. And only a few dozen of us remained. We attempted to seek aid from other clans, but there were rumors and whispers of a curse of Venehn upon us, that we would bring ruin to any that we merged with. We found ourselves alone. Some broke off, trying to join other clans, or retreating to the cities, seeking an alienage or some means of safety. Those of us that remained attempted to rebuild, but things were difficult, and winter came, and we did not know how many would make it. And something strange happened. Felrin came back.
No.
I saw him with my own eyes.
It wasn't him.
Venehn, I know. It was as close to him as anything could be. I could not tell the difference, but I understand your concern. I had the same. He came back and there was panic. Many believe this to be a trick that Venehn walked in our midst, attempting to lead the rest of us to death. But he spoke and told us that when the spirit took him, that he lost himself, but eventually found, or it was cast out of him, I don't know, that he found safety with a collection of apostate mages.
That's not possible.
Trust me, thought the same thing.
It's not.
He offered us safety. He was these mages, they called themselves the Broken Circle.
It's a pretty good name.
And apparently they had a home or some ruins that they lived in the Tirashan. And Felrin invited us to travel with him there. That we would be safe. I thought as you, and I didn't trust it. Me and several of the others left. I found Clan Llewellyn, and I joined with them, or was adopted by them. But I couldn't shake the concern that what had happened with the rest of Valerian. I had hoped to see them last year at the Alafven. And though many clans were there, Valerian was not. I don't know what might have happened to them, but I fear the worst.
I don't know what to say.
I'm considering traveling to the Tirashan to try to find them.
You know it's a fool's errand.
There are people. We cannot give up hope on them.
I grieved my family decades ago. I have long since laid them to rest. And you come to me to tell me they're alive. And then again, they are not. I cannot get my hopes up a third time.
You would abandon your family like that. I'm telling you, they may yet live, Venehn.
What happened to our clan would never have happened if they hadn't already been abandoning their own. You know what happens. One mage, one keeper, one gets to stay. What happened with Felrin never would have happened if he wasn't terrified they were going to abandon him in the middle of the woods somewhere to die because of how he was born. When you become one of those things, you don't come back. I have seen it happen twice. I have loved, and I have lost, and I have loved, and I have lost again. If I allow myself to love this third time, I don't know if I'll come back from the loss.
I understand. I won't be traveling there. And I hope to find our people.
Are you going alone?
If I must. None from Llewellyn will accompany me.
Why would they? We are all one people until we are not. Never liked Llewellyn that much anyway.
I'm sorry for what has happened to you. I know you were closer to Felrin than any.
You shouldn't
If
go
he
alone.
I suppose that's up to you.
And there it is. Always blackmailing me into shit.
I know you, Venehn, even with years apart.
Yeah, I know
You've
you.
always
You're
had
a
a soft
criminal.
You've always had a soft spot.
Yes, you're an emotional criminal.
If you don't wish to accompany me, I won't force you.
And yet I feel as though now you found me. If I don't accompany you, I'll never hear the end of it.
Only the gods know whether we'll see each other again.
How far is it?
From here, a month north through Orlais. I did not wish to take the fastest journey, as that would mean traveling through the western approach. I do not enjoy the idea of traversing the deserts on my own. I plan to actually travel past Valrio, north of the Nahashin marshes, and take an easy road to the west.
You have horses?
Yes.
I'm already months late. That's another one. Perhaps I'll even stop in Val Royale and tell my friends I have not died.
There's no traveling to be had tonight. Suppose we should eat. It's your food after all.
Yeah. It
Anything
changed.
else? We both have.
Yeah, but I got a lot hotter.
Always so modest. was Keeper Carolyn's least favorite thing about you?
I don't think he had a favorite thing about me.
I suppose not.
I often wonder if he would have lied and said, "Oh, Venehn has manifested some magic to kick me out." Old asshole. Learned a lot from him.
Despite your differences, he was a good man till the end.
That's about the only thing I didn't learn from him.
I wish to hear more about your time in the city.
You're not going to like it.
Sounds exciting.
I am very rich now.
Really? That I would like to hear.
Yes. I'm actually maybe one of the richest people I know. I suppose if Lambert counts as me being rich.
Lambert?
Nosy.
She kind of grabs you by the arm and takes you back over to the fire to prod you for more stories about your time in Valrio.
I'll tell her some of them she's not gonna like.
Wonderful.
But I think Venen's just happy to have somebody to talk to.
So when you return to Valrio, are you returning with Shayra then?
Yeah. You know I can't turn
Alright.
down a side quest.
All right.
Well, if I can get a refresher on some of our prophecies, I believe something about making a circle whole was one of those. If I'm not mistaken.
That was Carter's prophecy.
Sounds a little familiar.
Carter's was to reforge the broken circle.
Might be a frickin' mage involved.
Might be something we should put a thumbtack in for later.
So I think we have time for one more. So Yasmera, you had something you were up to?
I think spending the first several months to get things situated, get the school going, probably even teaching some of the more basic level classes for the little ones.
Venehn wants to teach.
Yeah!
Venen's gonna be the PE coach.
Yes!
Make everyone do laps.
Venen's the freaking the AP history teacher I had in high school that was also the softball coach. Like, today we're going to learn about Elvish history and also sports.
Go long! No.
Archery. We're all learning archery. Archery is a mandatory class.
Dodgeball.
You can start when you're 6.
But yeah, I think over the months, trying not to use her real name as much as possible, I think the kids start, when asked what they should call her, she says Tama. So she's known at the school as Tama or Yastama. But once that gets situated, my only personal experience with a feeling like this is like raging ADHD, like cannot compute, of like, there is something that I have to do, that if I don't fucking do it, I cannot do literally anything else. Like a fucking splinter in your brain. And I think she's going mom hunting.
A splinter in your brain is literally the perfect description of that feeling.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you are actively searching out Talus to see where she might have gone.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting about that is that at some point she does find you.
God Damn it.
I want to decide where it would be. Let's say it's within like into or like near the end of the first year. Probably like Venehn is gone at this point. And you've, working at the school is set up. You're working on getting the gutted hog all situated as well. The rebranding campaign, everything. Yeah, it's all going well. And yeah, let's say one of the afternoons you are letting out school and closing up the this little schoolroom, this classroom that you have in the alienage, and as you are kind of cleaning everything up from the kids because they're monsters.
Yes, they absolutely are. I work with high schoolers regularly, and even
Yeah.
then, yes, they are. They're disgusting.
Scraping gum off of desks and
Dirty little shits.
Trying to convince just one of them to wear deodorant.
You
Please.
stink.
Boiling every surface they touch. Yeah.
You're kind of like cleaning up, and the door opens and closes to the schoolroom, and maybe surprised, you look over to see a tall figure removing her hood, and you see Talus standing there looking at you.
Hand on a hip, which of course is just arching very long fingers toward the dagger in her back sheath.
I didn't take you for a school teacher.
Well, I've become a Tama of sorts.
I've heard you've been looking for me.
Why did you help me?
I don't really know. It seemed like what I needed to do.
Forgive me, Talus, but I don't know that I necessarily buy that you did something spontaneously.
Seeing you and the Count together was good.
It was good to see us together. Why, we tried to keep you from killing us and an entire city.
When you put it like that,
Just seems a strange place to become nostalgic, is all.
I don't know how to explain to you.
Well, my 5th and 6th years are done for the day, so please, by all means, we have time. Goes around to the, I don't know, like the big table at the end where she would use as a desk, pulls out a flask, gestures to one of the little teeny tiny kid seats for her mom, her massive mother, to sit down in.
Yeah, you're worried the chair is gonna break as she sits down on it. But somehow, by some miracle, it holds. And she looks at you for a long moment. We're saying, I did not what happened was not personal, though it may have felt like it. And I realized after how personal it all had been for you. I've always just done the job, Yasmera. I don't question my orders.
Why? Sorry, Mother. You have the most brilliant mind of anyone I've ever known. And for that sort of mind to be shut up in a vice, to not question a single thing that is brought before you. Why?
It is how I have always been.
No, that's not true. For the 15 years that you and Father raised me, that was not true. You carved a life out for us. You kept us safe. You made sure that I could carve out a name for myself. And what? You just scalpeled that out of your own mind?
I didn't have a choice.
There is always a choice, Mother. It's whether we choose to allow ourselves to make it.
My choice was to allow you to die, Talvashoth, or to allow us to have a chance to live. I don't regret my decision. I only regret that I had to make it. I always wondered whether I had made a mistake. Turning away from our ways to raise you with a god. If I hadn't done that, perhaps there's a world where things wouldn't have had to be this complicated.
Can you truly imagine me, Mother, following the Qun to a tea?
When the continent chose to raise you ourselves, rather than leaving you to be educated and raised on your own. That's exactly what I thought. I did not want you to have the life that I did. But eventually, our decisions catch up with us. And I was given the choice to be re-educated and turn my back on the man I loved for a chance of being able to continue to raise my daughter.
You chose me over him.
Yes. And I wanted so bad for things to just be, for you to have the easy life, to follow our ways, and but I realized at a very young age for you that things were not going to be so simple.
You granted me perhaps a fraction of your mind, Mother. I would not have lasted a year.
It's no use dwelling over the past. The decisions we made have been made, and I will bear the consequences. You need to avoid the Ben Hasrath at all costs. I have reported back that you and the Kant have been dealt with. And I will face the ramifications of failing.
You don't have to return.
If I don't, they will come looking. And they will find you and the Kant. And we will all die. I know you're strong, Yasmera. You've demonstrated that to me many occasions now. But this is a fight that, even if we could win, not all of us would survive. And if one of us has to make that sacrifice, better to be me.
Awfully sentimental of you, Mother, just to come back. To
I
say
did not come
goodbye.
back for that only. There's one other thing that I owe you. She reaches back, pulls out a small, or like a scroll case, hands it to you. And know what happened to your friend. You acquired that for me once. I'm hoping it might help. I do not believe in these magics, but allegedly, that might provide you some aid.
This is what she thinks it is. She very carefully. This is so fragile, I had to keep it in my tits.
You see within a familiar sight the Litany of Indrala.
I can definitely do some research with this.
This is goodbye, Yasmera.
Come back. I know you won't. I know you'll say you can't. But the order stands. Come back.
She doesn't say anything but gives a nod. And you can see her sort of fighting with herself as she stands. Gives you one just hand on the shoulder. And then pulls up her cowl and leaves the schoolroom.
Yes. Finishes off that flask. Boy, howdy.
And I think that's where we're going to end our session for tonight. Good stuff, y'all. So things currently stand. A couple pieces coming into place. We'll have to do more next time. So next session, if there's any more scenes that anybody wants to do, we can knock those out at the beginning. So think about that, and then I assume that we'll do our little like come together meeting for what Yasmera just got and Venehn's quest now and everything. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? Good. All right. Well, thanks everyone out there for watching. Let's go and do our stars and wishes for tonight.
I'll go first. My star goes to Ziggy for reading everyone in that room for filth. Just saying it all.
Do you ever have a moment when words come out of your mouth though, and you go, "Whoa, brain, whoa"?
All the time.
Pull it back
Constantly.
slightly.
That's
Like I got sweaty because I like Ziggy got like too harsh with the shit.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect.
It was so good.
It was
Yeah,
no
it
words
was absolutely
minced. Like no words, unnecessary uses of words. It was, let me take your hand firmly right now and tell you everything you fucking needed to hear, you little shit. It was great. This is the figure that this entire crew needs in their life. We all need a Ziggy right now. Oh, it's so good. My wish is Venon's friend hot?
Yeah, are they?
Is she hot?
Everyone's hot.
Okay, cool.
I would say she's a little more like the crunchy hippie kind of hot.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
As long as she's not like white girl with dreadlocks hot, then I'm like,
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, like
No,
are
no,
the
no,
dreads
no, no.
clean or not? Because that makes a big difference.
yeah.
No,
She is of the marginalized culture.
that is
Okay,
true.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Then she knows how to use dreadlocks. Got it.
Yeah.
Dalish.
Dalish.
She knows what's
She
up.
good.
You know she smelled like cocoa butter.
But yeah, I mean, for whoever, it's just she's hot. We should chase that. So that's my wish: is someone chases that. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Who's
Bold of
next?
you to assume I won't.
I said someone should. Please, someone do it. That's all I ask. You're going to? Great. Wish granted.
Watch her have like a huge thing for Ziggy.
I hope so.
Oh
I
man,
hope so.
I gotta be too old though, right? Like
maybe she likes that daddy vibe.
granddaddy
elf.
vibe.
Elves, when left to their own devices, live quite a long time.
Maybe she wants a daddy for the long run.
Yeah, I haven't. Ziggy doesn't really have any histories with romantic interests or anything built in. So
Mm-hmm. Plus, you got that like doomed hero kind of thing right now. So yeah,
Some people are into that.
some people are.
I would never personally romance Blackwall my first time playing Dragon Age
Yeah,
Inquisition.
exactly.
God, it hurts so bad.
Uh,
You know who I romanced the first time playing Dragon Age Origins? Severin.
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
I have a problem.
you do. Who's going? Was somebody?
I'll-
Yeah, you finished.
yeah, I guess I'll go.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. I got to give it to Ven. It's really close, but the kind of disbelief and denial that came out of Ven during that scene made the emotions that he had to have been feeling seem that much more real and present. You know, it wasn't just like like, nah, that didn't happen, and then she explains more, and then suddenly Venon's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll believe you. No, it was really held firm, and you could really. It was a great example of show don't tell the level of trauma that he went through during that, and it was great. Because as you have established earlier in this episode, I'm a slut for trauma. And my wish is ooh, man, I don't know. Today was so good. I said at the beginning of this session that I have like such sweaty, anxious, excited energy for this session, and it was awesome. And honestly, I wish to see where all of these things are going. You know what I mean? Yeah. And G, if you're still in the chat, my wish is for you to actually be around for some more of these episodes, man. Catch up and hang out. Like, oh boy. But yeah, that's me. Is G still in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
Stick around, G.
I'll go.
Go for it.
Sorry, they're killing me in chat. My star is gonna go to Yasmera. There's always a choice. It hits.
It's her
I
fucking
loved it.
tagline at this point.
It is. I love that whole scene with that. There's something about just like the real simplicity of no. I'm an adult now. Like, I get it. There's a this is not like childhood naivete and anger anymore. It's just like, no, I get it, and yet it's always a choice. It's really good. Loved it. That whole thing was great. A bonus star to Garas definitely cheating at chess, but not on purpose because he just doesn't know what the fuck he doesn't know what the pieces do.
The
I don't know
entire
if he's
back
doing-
line can go as many spaces as they want and anywhere, right? That's how that works.
That's how he
Garas-
won, right? Is because Ziggy just
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Garrus was legit just moving chess pieces left and right. Like, yeah, this is what I think. These
I guess
This
this
is
one
fine.
bumps the king, I win!
Ziggy's playing chess and Garrus is playing Battleship.
Garrus is playing Calvin Ball. Garrus plays Calvin Ball. Is what he is.
Yeah, everybody gets a star. Today was great. Oh, my wish. I mean, it's always for side quests, and you gave me one.
I mean, this ain't no side quest. This is the
No, but
quest.
I mean that in
I
the
know.
larger context of
Yeah.
like Red Jenny, right? Like this is the Venehn track.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
I'm excited.
want
I've
to
been
go on an adventure with what's her name again?
Shayra.
Shayra. I want to say Shayla, and I was like, that's close, but it's not the correct consonant. Yeah, I'm gonna go on an adventure and find my people or find out what happened to them and yeah, have a new NPC to get attached to.
Mm-hmm. And another NPC for me to traumatize you through.
Yay!
That is GGK's tagline.
Yeah.
Traumatizing players, one beloved NPC at a time.
Established
trauma-
traumatizing
crimes-
players since 2017.
BGK, crimes, trauma, and family dinners.
All right.
We should do like a, you know, how Smosh just did like Smosh the sitcom. We should do that.
Wally.
Yeah, my star. I gotta give it to Yasmera because so my favorite anime is one of my favorite animes is Gurren Lagann. And there is a character in Yoko who's basically like the fan service character, but she goes through it rough because like a lot of emotional damage happened to her. But at the end of the day, she decided, you know what? I put a lot of pain out in the world. I'm gonna be a teacher. And that for some reason that just made me think of Yasmera becoming a teacher is like such a thing of like, I put a lot of pain into the world. I want to use the pain that I have to teach these little kids to make the world better than I did. And I really like that. Also, I love the idea that she's running a school to train like other versions of her. It's very John Wick. Like the ballet school in John Wick, where it's like, yes, this is a school. We also teach people how to kill. We are not subtle about it. But that's how I see that. And I love
Probably
it so
not her 6th and 7th graders, but
much.
you know.
No.
You wait till they're old enough to figure
The
out like,
seniors,
who's
though?
got who
Seniors,
who
though.
could kill. Like you feel out the group and pick the ones like you could do a murder.
Yeah,
No,
some
what you
we
do is
scholarship to the University of Orlais, and some start,
Some
internships.
probably joined the fight club, the fight ring too. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But what you
yeah.
do is that at the end of every semester, you bring in Kevin. You line them all up, and Kevin just walks down and looks everyone in the eye,
No. Yep.
and he
No.
knows.
I was
He
gonna say,
knows
like,
who's got the blood.
And if he
the blood in them.
sees nothing but stone cold killer,
Yeah.
then he
He knows.
taps that one on the shoulder.
I
That's
feel
his
like-
quirk.
I feel like Kevin is basically like an Elle Woods of assassins. Like he's an
Yeah.
overachieving tryhard.
Yes.
And Yasmera is like, look, I don't want to support you. You should not be, but god damn it, you're good.
He's a loose cannon cop
Just
on
a
the edge who
natural.
doesn't play by the rules.
Oh my goodness. My wish is oh boy, because like all my wishes for Garas have been answered. I definitely want to. I want some kind of moment where, not that we get like fully redeemed or something, but I want our winery back. Like I want the winery back. I want the vineyard back. And yeah, yeah, I want the happy ending where at least we get the vineyard back.
Definitely
Hmm.
something.
Don't worry,
Those
my boyfriend's
gears rolling
very
in.
rich.
Well, and as soon as you said that too, she just starts. I could hear, see, and smell the gears moving up there.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's my wish. Yeah, I want we get our home back. Is what I definitely want that by the end.
Definitely possible. Well, that's gonna be it, y'all. So yeah. We will be returning next Monday, I believe. Yeah. We're playing next Monday. So we'll be back to continue our game. Like I said at the top, join us in the meantime tomorrow for the next installment of the Queer Chronicles, the Strixhaven Quartet. It's new time, Tuesdays 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you to my lovely
You don't want
players
to
for
tell the
making this
people
game.
what's going on tomorrow?
Oh,
Fighting bone, mama.
fighting a big bone dragon, big Dracolich.
That's a Dracolich, baby.
Yeah,
And she's crazy.
she's nasty. So yeah, tune in tomorrow to see potentially more character death. Thank you to my lovely players for making this game such a joy to run, and thank you everyone out there for watching. We'll see you in a week, and until next time, good game and good night, internet.